Hey folks, Craterz here. We're going to get back to playing a little Empyrion Galactic Survival. It's a little dark out. Let's get our flashlight. So this picking up pretty much where we left off. Where's our tent? Here it is. Let's get through the night. Or most of it anyway. There we go. And the gas giant's coming around. Okay, it's coming up. It is coming up. Oh, that's nice. That is actually a pretty view. That's a wind. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Oh. The ambience noises, I guess, for lack of a better term. They're kind of special. There's bird noises, which I understand. And, oh, more light. We still got probably, I don't know, until the sun rises, 35 minutes game time, or about 35 seconds in reality. So we're going to get busy here. Oh, this regenerated, like I said it would in the last episode. If you didn't catch the last episode, go back and watch the last episode. I talked about a lot of things that you should really be aware of. And so if you haven't had the opportunity, I would suggest you take the opportunity now. In fact, I will just leave a little link card up there in the corner of the screen that you can click and get right to it. If I can do the YouTube things correctly. Let's keep my fingers crossed, knock on a bit of wood, and hopefully I can do it. Okay, that done. We need some things. We do need some things. We need some resources. So I did take a minute and I ran around and I discovered these resources. So we got iron deposit over there. It's a medium. Oh, that's pretty good. And then we got a small copper deposit, and we got the silicone that's also small deposit near us. And then there's another medium iron deposit. Oh, that's wonderful. If you didn't know, I'll explain it to you in just 1 second if you're not familiar with the game. If you're familiar with the game, just ignore me and skip ahead 5 or 10 seconds or whatever. But the deposits, no matter what they are, they come in various sizes. There's very small, medium, and large. And I think that's it. I'm pretty sure. But the smalls are actually not that small. So the very smalls, which usually are not the base materials like iron, copper, and silicone, they're usually tend to deal with other things, like things we do not have yet, so I can't even give you an example of it. So, but that's, oh, I never sorted this one. Item type, thank you very much. I did go ahead and make a core while I was, oh no, spoiled food. Oh, wrong box. It goes in here. All right, so, but anyway, I ran around and discovered those things, so you didn't have to see me doing it on camera, which is fine. And I have also leveled up. We are now level 5 and almost halfway through it because, you know, every time you pick up a resource like that cotton plant there, or these berries over here, they're 100 points, 100 XP. So gathering these type of things is actually to your benefit. Gather it all. If it spoils, so be it. You can use it anyway. Use it to make grow plots in the near future, which we're going to need. We're going to need grow plots and grow lights. But what we need to do is work on the base. But before we, I don't know, should we do it beforehand? Oh, also, you can see I made a shotgun, and I got 60 rounds of shotgun shells. We unlocked it already in the last episode, so we're going to make use of that. We also gained another bunch of points, so we got 59 available points. We can unlock a sniper rifle now because we are level 5, which may come in handy, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the assault rifle now. That's probably a good idea. And light armor. Knowledge armor. Why'd they spell it this way this time? Now they're missing the U, but another, whatever. Okay. Armor suits. And you can, you know, read that at your leisure, or play the game, or go to F1 in the Empyrion in the starter info. And we need explosive devices. What else can we use right now? Let's go ahead and get a wireless connection, because you never know. And tools, I want a multi-tool. hopefully we'll find some stuff for that. An ore scanner, which is important. We're going to want that for finding, well, helping us find ores. It's the detector that detects them, but then when you get underground, you need the ore scanner and a drill to work with that. Not even sure if that works with the survival tool. I almost said multi-tool. That's not correct. It may or may not, but let's see if we got the necessary stuff to make some light armor. Can we do that? We can't. Do it. Get it done. Get her done. We're going to do something special with the core, so I'm not going to pull it out of the output yet. Let's go ahead and set that. Because what I would like to do is drill down a little bit here. Let's get our light going, because we don't have a lot in it. Oop. We don't have a lot going on in here. Why is that one? I'm nitpicky, and that bothers me. Why is that one different than the other three sides? I don't know. I'm just nitpicky. We'll fix it up later. But anyway, I want to take this down a little bit because I want to keep this floor flat. So I'm hoping to put some glass panel in here at some point. And so the core will have to be down a little bit, which means we need to outline it in some more concrete blocks. And the reason for that is when the Xeraxians come to determine where we are located at, when they bring their troops and stuff around and drop them off in a troop transport thingy, because they're really tough to shoot down. They have a lot of hit points, so we don't have any weapons whatsoever currently. They're going to try to go for a core. Currently, we don't have one, so it's not a big deal. But when we do have a core in here, we want it well protected because the Xeraxian scum are going to come along and try to hack it. Yeah. That's exactly what they're going to do. I was going to say for lack of a better term, but there is no better term. That's what they're going to do. Hack it. Or if you have somehow pissed off some other factions, made them mad, those other factions will do the same thing. But since we haven't discovered any factions yet, we can go here and look at the personal data. Since we've seen this already, why are you showing it to me now? Okay, we're seeing our faction screen. Thank you. Faction overview, blah, 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 blah. Every faction has a reputation. They're all unknown. There are a bunch of them, as you can see, but they're currently all unknown. What I did not get to, sorry, I'm going to get sidetracked for just a second, is if you are playing with your friends, your buddies, your gal pals, whatever, you want to create a faction, and the friends that you're playing with, you want them in the faction, so you just create one. So we're going to call it Gamers Set, and then we're going to call it GMZ Set. There we go. So that's your abbreviation, which you will see kind of on the buildings and stuff that you are a owner of, and other faction members as well, and the name of it, and then that's it. And then for other people, you can, when they show up, when they're in your game, you can invite them to join your faction, right? You can request an alliance, so somebody can request it, you can accept it, and blah, blah, blah. You can promote people. You got several roles, owner, and there's a couple others, and then the normal people. It's been a while since I've done any multiplayer stuff, so I don't remember the details of that. And it's probably in the Empyriopedia thing somewhere. But you can look that up on your own. Missions, activity, game mechanics. There's probably a thing about factions in here. Maybe NPC factions. Well, I'm not seeing it right off the bat, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time with it, so let's just get out. You'll figure it out. It's really not that difficult. And because I don't play in factions a lot of time, it might be in here. Nope, sorry. Okay, missions and activities. Nope, it's not in there. Well, you'll figure it out. It's not that hard. It is not that hard. So you can see probably on the player screen, which is where I forget. Oh, the registry thing. We're not going to get into this right at the moment because this is a little weird and you don't really need to know it at this point in time in the game. We will get into that later. Anyway, we need materials because we need to redo the base here. But before we do that, just looks weird. the rings of the gas giant going straight through the planet. Where did our thing go? Ah, here it is. Scientist kit. We're going back there. Oh, our armor. Dag nabbit. I almost forgot. We need an armor locker to make use of that. Can I unlock an armor locker? Yes, I can. There we go. Okay, can I make one? It's a bad thing about armor. You can't do nothing with it until you have an armor locker. Can I make an armor locker? Not in this constructor. Oh, no. I just don't have silicone, I'm guessing. You can see down in the crafting input items that the electronics is 3 and computers is 2. We have the steel plate or can make it, likely. So for electronics and computers, which is in here, we are going to need copper and silicone, so we probably don't have enough of either one. So that's just wait. So hopefully we'll get some stuff or find an armor locker or more locker on the way, whatever they want to call it. Oh, and you can see here now I'm part of the origin is human, and my faction is that. And this may even say it does not yet because it doesn't have a core. I like how the grass wiggles. See how it wiggles outward or towards me every time I hit that thing? I guess that's what they were doing. Or started doing in version 1.7, and I think they finished it in 1.8. Which is kind of cool, and I noticed when I was running around, the animals actually make the grass do strange-ish things. We haven't seen a whole lot of them, but that's fine. Okay, now let's finally do a thing. What happens when we need to talk to this console? You might notice the little yellow floaty dealy bob thing on top of the network console here, and that is indicating that we have to interact with it in some way. And you walk up to it, and it'll tell me again. Press F. So, it's going to talk. Lady, are you going to talk again? Ooh, look at that. All members of the expedition teams report to the responsible base commanders. Maximum alert level applies. Important, all vessels. System error. Technician has been informed. Time since message. 1005.25.8. System error. Select from the available options in the menu below. And then we got a nice funky image with all kinds of icons that we don't understand. Planetary risk assessments. Location tracker, Akua. Planetary survey data, Akua. Private user history, you are logged in. So we'll start at the top and we'll work our way down. The database contains basic information about animals and plants on this moon. Note, this is a user-administered database. No guarantee for completeness or correctness of the entries. Oh, fabulous. Crown Sector, gas giant. The Crown Sector was already so named by our forefathers. The arrangement of the four moons near the gas giant suggests a non-natural origin. Oh? Why the ancients have just settled in the system is perhaps more than just the coincidence as which it is always dismissed? Okay, that sentence doesn't quite... It's a little weird. The artifacts which are distributed over the mini-moon system and which are examined basically already since the beginning of the space age by each member of the Academy unsuccessfully speak a clear language. Now, apparently, it's my turn. Tash Aki Talen. Okay. So the Crown Sector, the Crown area, has 4 moons. It was so named by our forefathers. The arrangement of the 4 moons around the gas giant is a non-natural origin or non-natural form. They have been apparently placed there artificially. Apparently the ancients have settled in the system, which is more than a coincidence. So they've done it on purpose for reasons we do not know yet. Okay, the temperate moon. Oh, we're on a moon? Akua, the lush sister of the 4 moons of the gas giant, whose name the Academy has graciously bestowed as crown. Little of note, but that works both for and against any intrepid scientist or explorer who ventures to her verdant forests. Few predators or natural obstacles, but little to study. Outside of this faint energy signature, the long-range scanners are detecting... I suspect I will exit the transport, stretch in the sun, gently examine some trees, and then be on my way. Tash. Risk level low. Bunch of information about the fauna, the flora, the landscape, natural hazards. Okay. The snow planet, Ningus, whatever, at least for this humble research, proved to be a boar. Oh, wow. The snow moon is a boar. Oh, look at it, though. Actually, it looks really pretty. Nothing but ice and snow as far as the eye can see. There are some areas of tundra sprinkled with trees and grass, but it produces exhaustion as opposed to inciting the imagination. That should be probably enticing the imagination. Tash. Who is this Tash guy? And then we got information about that. Skillin, this moon is becoming more and more of a dumping ground. Okay. For all the wrecks and things that the Xerax and scum and the assembly no longer want to use. Oh, a hint, hint. There may be some good stuff on Skillin. Siberian moon. The toxicity is already increasing, but the radiation is getting worse with each new weapons test. Oh. All right. It's a weapons test planet. So, nukes? Or some kind of weapons that we don't even know yet. The fauna has already gotten used to it. Okay. Oh, they use the debris as hiding places and as traps for their prey. The fauna? All right. So you shouldn't spend too much time outdoors, but watch out in the shadows as well. Written by Tash and all the normal stuff as we can see there. Masperon, the alien swamp. Despite numerous and sternly worded papers on the subject, the Xeraxian scum continue to overexploit this moon. I mean, but did they not see they were in triplicate? Excuse me? If changes are not made, they will render it inhabitable as opposed to its current beauty. Really, this is a paradise destination world fit for the most esteemed of meetings and the highest levels of the assembly. I wonder for the entire galaxy with its sapphire waters, piercingly teal grasses, and sparkling skies. Tash Aki Talen. Wow, this guy can write, can't he? All right, and all the details about that. Radiation levels low. High temperatures. Water presence can hamper escape. Okay, lovely. Omicron. Omicron? Oh, it's our old home world. Already transformed into a sanctuary of the Talon cultures ages ago, it is now only something like the spiritual center of our culture. The seat of the Academy of Science, and thus the center of life, has long since moved to Zahines, the seat of government of the Assembly. The Talon are scattered throughout the galaxy, yet they return here regularly. Hopefully it will remain that way for a long time. Tash. All right. Oh, nothing more about that. And then back to the main menu. Location tracker. So review contains coordinates as well as a site-specific notes to create new entries. Contact. Error. Please note your username when creating new entries. Operating mode. When a location is selected, it will appear as a yellow marker on your map, radar, and screen. Please note that the associated routine contains spam protection. Multiple activations in too short a time will result in a timeout. Scientist camp. Greetings to the colleagues who apparently cannot distinguish an obelisk from a rock needle. The obelisk is the big black box that stands unnaturally in the middle of the landscape. You can usually find me in the camp right next to it. Just orientate yourselves according to my loud scolding. Winky smiley Tash. All right. I never see a nice picture of it. Mark locations on HUD. I don't know why we're doing that. Supply bunker. After we had to explain it to the supply pilots now already several times again and again, where they were to unload their things, I put this down here for all likewise annoyed colleagues. Nobody understands what these communication restrictions are about anyway. The regulatory rage of the Xerox. At least they left us some helper robots. Tash. Perimeter cam 2. Timestamp. Blah, 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 blah. Mark locations on the HUD. Digging site. There's a digging site? Ooh. Look at that. Perimeter cam echo. Timestamp 4104.153 TZA. Yes, you can get lost on the way to your own workplace. To be on the safe side, I put the coordinates to the large excavation site in the database so that you can check them again before you leave if you don't want to ask yourself. Okay. It is possible that this did not happen to me as the only one. Tash. Mark the location on my HUD. Fount of Knowledge. Another camp. Okay. I updated the database entries about these artifacts after we found out how they are really called. Be aware that sometimes the font does not activate when you simply go in its center. In this case, you need to find the activator artifacts and have them activated as well. All right. For whatever reason, the network admins did not yet manage to create an entry for the locations yet. So everyone needs to rely on a detector and their eyes, or check the console at the camp and have set nearby the font of knowledge. Maybe the guys there have already made a local update on that unreliable database. Tash. Surveillance cam 01. Cool. Mark location on the HUD. Experimental farms. Okay. While we are here researching artifacts, some from the Academy have begun to set up experimental farms. Maybe a good idea. Maybe. Depending on how long we stay here, it might be nice to have something to eat other than the ration packs that were delivered. Kyer, whatever, is already joking about him becoming the settlement chief. I'll put the coordinates of his farm for the next gastronomic excursion to the database. Tash. Perimeter cam 1-2A. Timestamp 4104.153 TCA. Mark on the HUD. Back to the main menu. Planetary survey data. Oh, my word. The database contains basic information about animals and plants on this moon. Nope. This is a user administrator database. No Gary animals. Okay. Please make a choice. A choice? Choice. Alien bugs. They like to eat your face. You can read that stuff. Cannot be domesticated. That's an important thing. Kill them on sight. That's what once provoked will run at its target. Slow movement until it attacks. Back to previous. Pangolins. Natural scavenger. Ugly as hell. Don't bother them and they won't bother you. Found near forest, meadows, and dust bowls. Slow movement. Generally roams in a solitary fashion. Lizard mules? Oh yeah, those guys. Friendly herbivore. Flees when attacked. Moves in herds. Good for meat, though. You low on meat? And these guys, as sad as I might say they are good for meat. Can live in almost any environment, savanna and cold plains. Farmers are trying to domesticate them. Hey, parasaurs! Herbivores, flees when attacked, lives in small and large groups. Very tough animal that can be seen in various environments except for very hot areas. Often seen in grassland plains and low mountain areas. Also, good for meat if you need it. Telepods, or telepods as I like to call them. Aggressive hunter. Ugly as crap. Yes, they will hunt you down. If they notice you, which they don't always do, lives primarily on coasts, shores, and lakes. Can live in and out of water. Mostly found in temperate planets and marsh and swamp areas, and can be found in many environments if not too cold or too hot, as long as there is an open body of water nearby. And raptors, these nasty, nasty things. They're about as nasty as the insects, the alien insects. Dangerous hunters. During the day, they move in families. At night, single larger adults go hunting. Often seen in savanna and dust bowls, but also in cold plains and tundra. So we're not in those biomes right now. Back to previous menu. Plants. We got all the plants. Ooh, there's spice. Herbal leaves, I think. Yep. Herbal leaves. Spice. This ugly looking plant, which they updated in 1.7. No, well, you don't need to know that if you're only playing 1.8. Confetti moss scrappings. Those things, you want to gather those. And the natural stimulants, it looks like coffee beans after you harvest it. Good for making energy drinks. You want to gather all of those because you need the spice to make sausages. This is needed to make various first aid ointments and stuff. And I think this is also a first aid kind of thing. Ores, we're going to have the iron, carbon, silicone, and copper. And then we can show in a deposit there. Go to page 2, blah, 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 blah. There are, what? Note, in more dangerous areas, be it by environmental conditions or creatures, there are really also other more valuable materials, which is what we are on the hunt for. Well, actually, we're on the hunt for iron, copper, and silicone. Back to the main menu. Private user history. Now we're down to that. Attention! You are accessing private data. If you are not Tash Aki Talen, please contact the network administrator immediately. Your account may have been compromised. Error. Database incomplete. Error. Private note documentation obligation fulfilled. Private note 2734.30.22. As requested several times, I have stored all military relevant findings on the artifacts as well as the risk assessments on our operation in the network's reporting database. The entries can be accessed by all consoles in the network on all moons. Hopefully, I am not going to add any of the science reports, though. I am not doing the work again for others to take the credit. I hope that by now they have at least unlocked access to the consoles for me everywhere. Back to the main menu. And that's it. Close. That is all the information we have. Oh, dig site, settlement chief, camp, our shelter that we built, supply bunker. Okay, everything is marked on our map. We should grab this thing over here that we did not grab before. Tales of Dash, a damaged pad. Damaged private data device found. Reconstruction of the information in the buffer memory has been partially successful. Should the existing data be read out? Yeah. We have been studying the artifacts for several years now. There are 4 of them. 1 obelisk on each moon of this gas giant. We have set up a camp at each artifact and collected data without end, without making any real progress. The most boring job in the galaxy. But what else can you do to get ahead? The Zoraxian scum have stationed their Krogum here as protection, they said. More like watchdogs, I think. They think the artifacts could be of some use in the fight against the Silence. But at the moment, we're in the dark. We're missing something. Log added to the recovery list. Reconstruction status 1 of 16. Where can I watch the logs again? Okay, fine. Close. We know. All right. Log found. Saving. Ida, these logs are partially corrupted. Maybe we can recover more information if we find more of them in other places. Okay. The information in the console might help. Find these or even tell us how to get in contact with this person. Tash! Who is Tash? Let's go to the camp. Oh my. Let's go to the Settlement Chief. A note about weapons, if you don't know already. When you first craft a weapon, it does not have any ammunition in it. R. Reload. I'm going to do so before I forget. And then the basic shotgun holds 5 rounds. The more powerful, the Tier 2 shotgun holds 7, if I remember correctly, unless they've changed it. But it's fine. Okay, we have found a thing. Item. This appears to be a farm. However, very backward. No visible technology. Be careful if you talk to anyone there. We don't know if they have seen us falling from the sky. Try to find out if they know anything. Look at this. There's some hay. Oh. Hello, sir. How are you? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to point this weapon at you. New faction discovered at Talon. Can I take your stuff? Are you going to get... Uh-oh. Thievery. Before you collect a fruit from a shrub or loot any unintended in a box in an inhabited facility, make sure the residents are okay with it. If not, you will see a red message in your field of view. Most species react unpleasantly to theft, and you will ruin a good reputation in no time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. Can I... Let's have a look around first. We need some light. By chance, do you have an armor blocker I can make use of? Can I... See, it just has no red thingy that it said. How am I supposed to... Cauldron. Okay, all right. I think we need to talk to the sir out there. It's probably a good idea. Any other fellers laying about? Oh, hello. I'll take that. Thank you. It's not in his little camp. Oh, there's a bunch of these out here. All right, I guess we got... What is that? Oh, he's got a little cart. Wow, how primitive of him. Why don't you get a hover vessel? I'm going to make me a hover vessel. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shine the light in your face. Well, I'm going to have to do it because, well, I mean, the YouTubes tend to darken things up, and you wouldn't understand that. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, we're going to talk. Welcome, friend. What a rare occurrence. We haven't had a visitor from out of town in years. What brings you here? I'm on a, search. Sounds important. If I can, I'd be happy to help you out. I have a few questions, if you don't mind. Sure, my friend. Oh, this guy is friendly, and he's a settlement chief. Wonderful. Wonderful. I wonder if Tash was as tall as this guy with the paintings and stuff and the basic kind of armor and carrying a big stick. I was going to say words. I won't say words. Sure, my friend. What would you like to know? Does the name Tash Aki Talen mean anything to you? Not really. Although there are a few stories from a time before the glorious Syraxian Empire. Almost a millennium and a half ago? The name appears now and then in connection with the artifacts in a war of silence. She probably played an important role in it. But what exactly is not handed down? In any case, the Tash is no longer here. I'd be very surprised. More information should be available to you from the elders on Omicron, our original lovely arid home planet in this system. Ah, yes, the Xerax. What are your experiences with them? Well, they're scum of the universe. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, depending on which of the others you ask, we of Talon should not have the best opinion of the glorious Syraxian Empire. If you believe the lore, the Xerax subjugated the Talon and forbade them any higher technology. Whether that is true, I don't know. I think it is. You're kind of in basic armor and carrying around a big stick. Either way, since 1368 standard years, the GZE time system has been in effect in the galaxy, but we are not dependent on the Xerax or anyone else for our way of life. In my opinion, it can stay that way. Well, same for me. I will make it on my own. Thank you very much. What else would you like to know? Have there been any recent visitors in this with this logo on their suits or vessels? Let's see. No, I've never seen it before. No one from the Offworlders has been here in the last few months anyway. If you want to find these people, you should look on our original homeworld of Omicron. Great. We gotta somehow get to Omicron. We're gonna need a vessel conveniently located here in this solar system. If you've arrived by ship, you've certainly passed by there. Ask the elders or the Offworlders there. Maybe they can help you. I have some more questions. Can you tell me something about the planet? There's not much to tell. We thank our ancestors for a temperate climate, sufficient rain, fertile soil, and except for a few smaller beasts, there are not really any dangerous creatures on the entire moon during the day. At night, however, you should be a little careful. Better find shelter and wait for the morning. Otherwise, there's a lush plant world that has something to offer in the different vegetation zones for almost every taste, for almost every medical application. Everything else we grow ourselves is on our farms. I have some more questions. Tell me something about you and your people. Sure, I am the village chief of this settlement. This moon, as well as the others you see in the sky, are in a restricted area, so we rarely welcome any visitors. Even pirates and other riffraff, we don't see them often. However, there is not much to get here except some strange artifacts and some remains from ancient times. On the other moon, it might look different, but we have no contact there, and we are not really interested in it, technology, or its application. We do without it as well as we can. More questions. Is there anything interesting to discover here? There's some, like the Fields of Ruins. If you see a tall tower on the horizon, you could assume that there are a lot of old walls there too. And there are artifacts of a species unknown to us. Some of the Offworlders must have tried to decipher them a long time ago. Their science station, tech bunkers, and surveillance camps can still be found. Some populated by disoriented robots left behind. Maybe these legacies will help you in your search. Do you have something for me to do? There's always plenty to do here in our settlements. Just go to the people on the farms and plantations and ask them what you can do for them. Come back later. Maybe I'll have a task for you then, too. Will do. Thanks, Chief. Can I steal your stuff now? Now, if we go to the faction menu, we can see we have discovered the Talon. And we are currently neutral with them. So neutral, if we look on the right-hand side of the screen. Stay in Talent area with any vessel, minus 50 every 5 if reputation is neutral or below. None if reputation is friendly or above. Opening a container. We got to be friendly. Attacking prey. We lose reputation with. If we attack predators, we gain a little bit of reputation with. Killing a member of the Talon faction, we lose a lot of reputation. But if we kill Xerax, we gain reputation. We kill pirates, we gain reputation. If we kill any Polaris Megacorps, or the members of the Polaris Megacorps, we will lose a little reputation with the faction. We can mine in Talon territory as long as we are friendly or better. So we got to work on our reputation with these guys so we can, well, steal their stuff. Thank you, sir. It's nighttime. I got to go. Run back over here to the shelter. Fortunately, we are not in the biome. Oh, wow. There is stuff. 2.5 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers, and 2.5 kilometers-ish. We're going to need to get around. So we are going to need an HV. Oh, not here. I will have that. Thank you very much. Oh, it worked that time. What are you? Copper. I'll have that. So, but that settlement chief, he is not within the territory. So this green area you can see here, you can see now it shows that this area here is town. So these resources we can mine without any issues, and we could probably steal the stuff from the settlement chief down over here. Maybe? Because it had no red indicator that it was telling us about where we would lose faction points with them. So I'm assuming we will not lose any faction points with him if we steal his stuff. Okay. And dump this crap in here. Let's have a bite to eat. Another bite to eat. I'm feeling very comfortable and satisfied. Can I make a thing yet, please? Maybe? Oh, I can. Make an armor locker. 1D full. All right. While we're waiting on that, I am going to be right back.
That's a good idea. I do feel a little hungry and thirsty.
Okay, let's go to the lobby for a snack. Whoa! Hey, where you all are going?
Why, we're going to the lobby for some of that delicious popcorn.
Popcorn? Hey, wait for old Tex. I'm hungry, too.
Hi there, Tex. Have some popcorn. Beats hay any day.
Well, dust my britches. Just look at that. Candy, popcorn, cold drinks, everything. That's right, folks.
All right. How we doing? Still producing. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, I say. One thing to note, you can see this progress bar. On these things, it goes pretty fast around. There we go. One more computer. And then this thing's going to take a little more time. If you go out and go back in, sometimes you will see it skip backwards. Oh, pardon me. I need some water. There's a little bit there. Not sure why it does that, but get used to it. It's an Empyrion thing. Just the way it is. Where do I want to put this? We're going to put it there for now. Once we get a core, oh, we have a core, but right now we can make use of it. Why is that armor thing look really funky in that? I don't know if you can see that right there, but that looks weird. It should look something like that, or it used to. Oh, now it does. All right, so now we have some armor. We no longer need a flashlight, so let's get rid of that, because our armor has a flashlight. You might notice that our helmet is up, or their visor is closed. So if we come in here and we hit U, we will open our visor, and you can see our helmet is now off. Helmet is now off. We also have a flashlight built into the suit, so we no longer need to carry around this other flashlight. So we're going to store that in here. We're going to take our core. We're not actually, let's just put it in here. I don't want to place it yet because I don't want to attract any possible unwanted attention because we are nowhere near prepared for it. We got to complete the base, which I'll probably work on off camera. We got to do some things. But before we do that, now that we have a suit, we can make better use of our drone here. Hello, sir. You can see where our light is at in our suit, and we're holding our detector, and we're, for some reason, ready for combat in a shooting position for reasons. We also have a jetpack, and as we can see here, if we hit J, it's not really a jetpack per se. It's more like a jump booster. So if you want to get up on something that's not too high, we can jump up there. There are various boosters that you can add to your armor, that you can increase the range of the jet booster or jetpack. And you just hit space to hold it up. Be careful when you're coming down. If you jump up too high, you can break your leg on the way down. Just so you know. And one way, quick way to get around, where'd that silicone go? I just was standing on top of it. We're going to make a nice, neat hole somewhere over here. One quick way of getting around is you just kind of start running and then jump. Using your jetpack. Make sure your jetpack is on. And you can see what kind of distance I covered there. Pretty good distance, actually. So that's a kind of a quickish way to get around. And now that we have this thing, we're going to go into resource mode. We're going to stand by the rock here. The rock is going to be an indicator of where we've dug our hole. We're going to hit F5 to bring out our drone, and then you see this thing here. And as long as we have our survival tool or a drill selected or multi-tool, we can use it through our thing, our drone. So we're going to dig down here. We're going to dig a nice, neat little hole down to the silicone deposit and gather up a couple hundred silicone. Now the stuff we're gathering up is going directly into our inventory, as we can see. So you can see we got some crushed stone, we got some silicone ore, and we're just going to keep mining here for a minute. Maybe another helpful tip is the, you might notice the white crosshairs in the middle of the screen now. That means we are too far away. They will turn red when you are within range of whatever you're trying to do, whether it's a shotgun or in this case, we're mining resources. So you got to be, you know, that'll help you indicate some things for weapons and survival tool here, the drill, and the same for the multi-tool. That little crosshair thing up white and red applies to everything, mostly. $215 and 15 crushed stone this way. So you can see the difference between that is silicone, that's stone. So as you're mining down here, this is a voxel-based thing. So you can see how kind of big this is, sort of. See stone over there, and there was a way we got in here, which I have since lost. Oh, there we go. So this would be a small that we have mined 40% of, approximately. And we've gotten 215 silicone ore, which will be plenty. And our inventory is nearly full, so we're going to drop this off. Now, you can hit F5 now to the drone will automatically come back to us as such. And or you can fly out and fly back in if you want. Do be careful with the drone. It can push your character around like so. So don't push yourself in the hole that you have just dug. And oops. Also of note, their survival tool is terrible. Is not very efficient at mining. Although it can be done. Oh, there's the hole. It can hardly see it. The vegetation has covered it up. The drill. There are drills and other things, tools So there's a drill, and there's special drills beyond that you can obtain by other means. You cannot make them. And you see the multi-tool, there's the tier 1, then there is a tier 2, and then there's an epic drill. There's not a epic multi-tool, so I don't worry about that much. Portable lights, I so rarely use them, although the portable work light 2s are actually kind of handy. We could use an ore scanner, but I don't think we can make that yet. If you look at the little colored icons here right below the number, which is the how many unlock points it takes to unlock that. Once it's green, you've already unlocked it. If it's black, you're not that level. If it's blue, you can unlock it as long as you got the number of unlock points. So our survival constructor is pink. So the detector, you can see right there, we got pink, yellow, whatever color that is, green, white, and red. So that the detector can be made in every constructor there is. The ore scanner cannot be made in a survival constructor, so we need a portable constructor at least, so we can make that. But let's go ahead and run over to our constructor and throw it in there. Throw all of that stuff in there, and that is fine. Can we make one of them ore detectors? Where does that fall under? Let's go. We can. At the end of the last episode, I did throw some stuff in here so you can see what it produced from that one biofuel container. We got 11 small oxygen bottles and 11 purified waters. Purified water will cool you down, also increase your stamina. It's effective against a hangover and catching fire. Put your fire out in case you've caught fire, which I do all the time. So yeah, I tend to keep a little water there by me. And small oxygen bottles are emergency oxygen supplies. There's another emergency oxygen thing that's even smaller, but you cannot produce those by any means. But you find them all the time, so you wind up with crap tons of them. Get an ore scanner, put it in your inventory, never think about it again. Especially once you upgrade it to a drill from the survival tool, which we cannot do yet, not till level 7. And we need some special materials for that, if I recall. If we go to here, we can't even make it in this thing. We can make a multi-tool, which you might as well do. We don't have any fuel for it, and we can't make any fuel for it because we need promethium pellets to do that, which we haven't found yet. But we might get lucky in some loot container and find some stuff that we need, and or find some multi-charges themselves. That would be wonderful. And for some reason, we can make drill charges in the portable constructor, but we can't make the drill itself. Yeah, a little catch-22 there. We're going to go ahead and put this on our inventory bar. And like I said last episode, I do weapons. This is just my deal. You sort this however you want to. I do weapons first, and then my tools, and then the detector is way down here. And occasionally I'll put a food item or something, or health items, after all that stuff is slotted up. Okay. And that's it. Like I said, I don't think the ore detector works with the survival tool. Words, Craterz, words. But maybe it does. I don't think it does. I gotta watch out for that hole. I can't even see it. It is covered up by the... I'm gonna fall in this hole, and that's gonna be it. There it is. So it's going to drone out. So the ore detector will always work, but I don't think it works for the, well, you don't need it for these anyway. You can see there's the center of it. That's the center of the whole deposit. In this case, a silicone deposit. And you don't need it for this. It's used for other things. Just gather a little more because we can. And let's go ahead and fly back out of here. Have a quick look at our character as he stands kind of funky and looks weird. I'm going to push you in the hole, buddy. I'm going to push you in the hole, and you're never going to get out. Buried alive. All right, enough of that. All right, so that, I think, is going to wrap up this episode, unfortunately. You know what we can do, is, besides grab this. See, having a suit is so wonderful. I don't have to switch my flashlight off and y'all can't see nothing while I was mining rocks like that. That's carbon, not interested. That's carbon, not interested. Oh, there was that. We don't need titanium right now. Remember, there was the titanium down over there. There's another carbon rock. All right. We'll go put this stuff away. So, now we got a suit. That away. Have a smidge to eat. One more energy bar. And we feel very comfortable and satisfied. Wonderful. All right, we're looking pretty snifty. We're looking pretty spiffy. That's the word I was trying to say. In our new armor. I wish I could spin him around right here. I can't. He won't move. But we look pretty darn good if I do say so myself. And if it's nighttime, we could probably make a thing. Well, we don't have any materials. It's going to make a portable heater cooler. We don't really need, well, it only takes one carbon substrate. So let's go ahead and make one. And then we'll end the episode. There we go. Make a thing. Hurry it up. We got things to do. We got people to say bye to. But in between episodes, I am going to run around and do some resource collection. We may gain another level or two, but I want to get over there to the copper and get a couple hundred of those copper ores. And then I'm going to run over the iron, one of them, and get a couple hundred of those. 250, something like that, of each one, including silicone. Now that we have a couple hundred, 220 or something, 217. We're going to turn those into ingots, and then I will be prepared for the next episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival. This plantation a kilometer away. And then before we go anywhere, did I make a thing? Oh, I made a thing here. It's not done yet. We are going to put into our blueprint factory, it's a little ship-looking icon on the top of the thing up here. We're going to go to this thing and hover, and we're going to type in frame, like it said in the tutorial that we ran through in the last episode, and we're going to put that to the factory, and we need carbon substrate and stone dust. We don't need any stone dust. It's only listing that because we do have two in there. Two in the factory, but it does not need any, if you might notice there, but we require 46 carbon substrate or carbon, and we currently have 47. All right, fine. F2, drop that in there, and there we get it, and it's going to take a minute. We're going to go ahead and start the production now. It'll be ready for the next episode when we're finished, and we got this thing. We're going to plant this thing right here in front of the door because I'm a little cold, and it does produce some light, so we can shut our light off. Oh, I hit L and K at the same time. But never mind that. So you can see this thing. The low temperature outside right now is 66. If we get away from that, it's 68. And get closer to the water, probably drop down to 66 or something. Doesn't matter. But when we get near this, we'll see our temperature rise back to 77. And this will keep us at a comfortable temperature, somewhere in the 75 to 80 range, usually around 77, 78. No matter what the temperature is outside, but you get outside that range, and of course we drop down to whatever the low ambient temperature is right now because it is nighttime. And if we're on a desert planet or something that is really hot, it will also cool us down to a comfortable temperature. So that is how that thing works. We will leave it right here for now. And yeah, I'm going to get busy and do the things, get ready for the next episode of Empyrion. I already said that. Never mind. I won't annoy you further. So that's going to be it, folks. Hey, let me turn on my light and let's jump on the building. Yep. Love it. Love it. And we're going to get... Ooh. And here we are. We got a nice view of the lake. Oh, if I can walk correctly backwards, it's a little difficult. Oh, turn around again. There we go. Nice, pretty view. We can shut our light back off. It's fine, I think. I don't know. I don't think it's helping anything right now. Anyway, Take care of you and yours. Be safe out there, folks. Have a good one. We will see you next time.